Hello there, ZFL YouTube fans. It's me again. So, at this stage of the season, we have the first round, or the first part, of the Howitzer Cup competition. Now, this runs concurrently to the regular season in the Elite Division, the Second Division, and so on. The ZFL has a sort of promotion, relegation, division structure, which is the main part of the league. So Elite Division at the top, Second Division in the middle, Third Division at the bottom, and then beneath the Third Division, we've got what we call like non-league. Alongside that, there is then the Howitzer Cup competition, which is a straight knockout tournament. This works similarly to like the FA Cup, if you pay any attention to football in the UK or anything like that. So it's a totally separate competition. It gives all of the coaches a second opportunity to win a trophy during the season. Last season, the Misville Mavericks were the Howitzer Cup winners, defeating Vinscore Defiant 2-1 in the final. So these next series of games you're going to see in this playlist are all Howitzer Cup games, and this is an opportunity for the Second Division and Third Division teams to face off against higher division opposition. Now, there is a particularly important special event that was in play here, courtesy of Bloodlines magazine. Forgive me. And that was that for every division below your opponent, you are in the ZFL structure, you are not allowed to spend 150,000 gold of inducements. So a Second Division team facing a Elite Division team, however many inducements they've got, they can't spend the first 150,000. And then a Third Division facing Elite Division would be the first 300,000, and so on. It's definitely unfair, but it's part of the narrative of the ZFL that the league decided to put this rule in place to basically favour the top teams and hope that those teams could get to the latter stages of the tournament. Okay, one other thing to mention is that for some reason, having just listened to this particular stream back for the first time, something about my own microphone sounds way more intense than it normally would during this stream. I've adjusted the volume a little bit to account for that. Nobody mentioned it while the stream was happening. So apologies for that. Hopefully it's that the balance between myself and Viking Cop is fine. But yeah, what you'll see here is some games between like Elite Division and Second Division teams. The game you're about to see in this video is an Elite Division versus a Third Division team, and those Third Division teams are deliberately really, really bad. We got some guest coaches in to coach those teams for a one-off occasion, and you can see how they all get on. Okay, enjoy the game. Cup deploys petty officers as the ZFL moves to protect the elite competitors. Ahead of the return of the Howitzer Cup this week, ZFL officials have announced changes to the competition's rules just days before the first matches from the round of 28 are due to kick off. The new rules will restrict the use of petty cash by lower division teams should they be drawn against a team from a higher ZFL division. It is believed that this change has been brought about after heavy lobbying of the league by multiple Elite Division teams, fearful that their comfortable progression through the Howitzer Cup might be impacted by Second and Third Division teams inducing star players before their matches. Now, former Verdanos Valor coach Beryl Lachare told Bloodlines magazine that the rule changes were farcical and another clear example of favoritism from the ZFL towards Elite Division teams. This ain't the Celtics. The Celtics have a bye week. It's not the Celtics who've been lobbying for this. The full restrictions on each team will depend on their own division and the division of their opponent. So, if an Elite Division side is the underdog for the match, there is no restriction on how they may spend inducement petty cash. If a second division side is the underdog for a match against an elite division opponent, they are not permitted to spend the first 150,000 gold pieces of petty cash before the match. Anything beyond 150,000 gold is free to spend however they want, but the first 150,000 is not permitted. So there must be at least...
I wonder why this magic figure of 150,000. What kind of inducement can you get with that? I wonder.
If a second division side is the underdog for a match against a second or third division opponent, there is no restriction on how they may spend inducement petty cash. Now, for third division teams, if a third division side is the underdog for a match against an elite division opponent, they are not permitted to spend the first 300,000 gold pieces of petty cash before the match. If a third division side is the underdog for a match against a second division opponent, then again it's 150,000. So it's 150,000 per division gap, basically. If a third division side is the underdog for a match against a third division opponent, which is not relevant, there is no restriction on how they may spend inducement petty cash. Now, even further than that, if a non-league side is the underdog for a match against an elite division opponent, well, they are not permitted to spend the first 450,000 gold pieces of petty cash before the match. So that applies to the Evershale Stags against the Black Crag Bozos. They have to have at least 450,000 spare gold before they can do anything. This continues for each of the division in increments of 150,000 gold. So against a second division opponent, the first 300,000 gold cannot be spent, and against a third division opponent, the first 150,000 gold cannot be spent. The ZFL believes these new rules should ensure a more competitively rigorous Howitzer Cup competition and place on record its best wishes for all teams who are competing in the competition. Also, Preston Uffle will be adjusted as well. So let's take a look at the preview of our first game, which is between Altdorf Athletic and the Whitepeak Red Squigs. This is the first meeting between these two teams. Athletic are a third division team, while the Red Squigs were promoted from the second division last season. The Red Squigs did lose their opening game of the Elite Division season, while Athletic threw away a 2-0 lead to draw 2-2 with the Blighthook Brawlers in the third division. Athletic's background is that they have something of a reputation as serial chokers. It's in their nature to surrender winning positions. They finished 7th in the third division last season, having lost only 2 matches all season, but drawn 5 of them. So way too many draws for this team. But of course, draws in the Howitzer Cup could allow you to win the thing on kicks. News before this game. The Red Squigs have completed the signing of War Dancer Geordie Julius for 277,000 gold, having waited until after the redraft limits were lifted to complete the deal. Julius has the Frenzy and Juggernaut skills.
Oh, very smart. Very smart of the Squigs. That sounds like an amazing player.
So, let me just find the replay and we can get straight into this one. In fact, I need to change this because if I don't, the intro will play again. And we don't want all of that racket instead of my almost broken voice. All right, let's get to it then. Humans versus Wood Elves. On paper, of course, the Red Squigs will be favourites to win this game. And a good opportunity for their new head coach, Tony Tooth, to put that opening day defeat behind them and get a win on the board.
Yeah, good old Tony, who we already knew from the first division. coaching the Defiance, if I remember correctly. And I can't believe that I remember this information out of my mind.
Unbelievable scenes. Well, of course,
Unbelievable.
Tony Tooth, runner-up in this competition last season with Vinscore Defiant. So we'll hope he can put together another good cup run against the unfancied Altdorf Athletic, who were knocked out of last season's Howitzer Cup 3-0 by fellow human team Saltonmund Puritans.
Remember the Puritans, the coolest humans in the league.
Coolest in terms of style, not so much in terms of running body temperature.
Yeah, and hygiene, but that's a different story. Okay, so we will have the Woodies defending, and it's going to be the Altdorf Athletic in offense.
It is indeed. So we've got two Juggernaut War Dancers on this team now. We've got a Frenzy Juggernaut and a Strip Ball Juggernaut.
Jigsaw is a skill. I like it.
Opening block is an armor break from thrower Jordan Gilmore, who does have pro. Altdorf are playing with 3 rerolls.
We have a third Juggernaut player on the pitch. That's amazing. That's more like a con game, right?
They're everywhere.
Ooh, I'm not sure if placing the line or close to the sideline was the smartest idea, because there is a Frenzy Juggernaut War Dancer in front of him, thinking of stuff, probably.
Yeah, Chico Bernardino could be in trouble here. There's going to be a foul.
Oh, there's going to be a foul, yeah.
From the journeyman, Gontran.
Very, very
Oh, he's a mercenary. He's got the ribbon. Which I believe from the other stream means he is Mustang approved. Well, that's not going to be a surf.
It's not going to be a surf. Right, but that's sending a message, perhaps.
So the Red Squigs just biding their time at the moment. They haven't got a bench today, but the team is in fairly good nick after that opening game against the Quicks. You have a slight colour clash here, so not full marks to both coaches for not using away kits and the like. It's what they're there for. Knockdown from Starman Stoyanovsky. Athletic are trying to find a route around the side. This is bold play to have so many players 2 squares away from the sideline when there are some frenzy pieces knocking around.
Yep, this is very ballsy, but I think that Altdorf Athletic play with no fear. And there's going to be a foul, most likely.
Yeah, we've got the choice of the dodge or the leap. No, we're going to go downtown to foul the thrower, but we fail to make the dodge, and Gontran is stunned.
This is all very spicy. So Altdorf Athletic has not been able to remove any player, and their own Juggernaut may be going out.
Well, this is their only blitzer, Stoyanovsky, who's about to go into the crowd. And they've had that coming, let's be honest, have Altdorf.
Yeah,
Stoyanovsky is stunned.
In the beginning of the game, Altdorf Athletic paid no hit, because probably they have balls of steals or something. And they are down 1 player against Woodies, which is really not ideal.
They do have a halfling on the bench, do Altdorf, Duda Leon. And a lineman on the bench as well. They may be at... yeah, I think they had one on the bench, and they've got the journeyman as well. And the dodge out by Roy McMalloy to put pressure on Jules Pagani. So no blitzer on the field. We're going to instead have to use a lineman. It's Cosmo Morello, who's given blitz and duty, and he's done a decent job. He gets the KO.
Not bad, definitely.
We are really, really committing to this sideline.
Whoa, that's a scrum. Athletic has a plan. We don't know what the plan is. They're going to probably block that lad. They don't find the knockdown. I think that makes them safe.
Could be another surf available here if the Red Squigs want to apply a whole lot of pressure to the front of this cage.
This is all bad.
Could there even be more than that? There's the push from Julius. Could there be a double surf? Not quite. We didn't fill that gap. But there's definitely one available here.
Ooh. All right.
Pagani into the crowd. And that's a KO.
The crowd was lenient, considering all the bad things that could have happened.
So the humans suddenly looking outnumbered once again, and that's a double both down to start the turn from Connor O'Driscoll. You can't find the knockdown on the dodge piece. That's a one-die push to try and get Chico Bernardino away from the sideline, but we're pushing him onto the ball. And Homer Nolan, the thrower, not able to do much more than a push. Athletic are in all sorts of bother here early in this first half. The whole team is boxed up against this sideline and they're having to give up potential blocks just to try and protect themselves.
This is looking like another surf.
Yeah, Bernardino's been asking for this the whole game and he gets his wish. Bradford Dart makes the surf and Bernardino goes into the crowd and is stunned.
Well, I don't think that the Athletic can afford to lose one player to the silent every turn, right? That's not how they're supposed to get things done against the Woodies. These Woodies are really blocking them. Oh, 1 in 9 there.
Yeah, that was on the lineman, Sloan Grassett, so we needed a reroll there to avoid the turnover. But the Red Squigs just toying with their third division opponents so far, as that is an armor break and a stun from Darby Duffett, the War Dancer.
Ooh, this can be spicy.
Here we go,
Blitz. Opening left in there.
Homer Nolan trying to find a way through as Athletic throw caution to the wind here and try to find a way around the side. There's going to be a lot of rushes in their future and dodges here, I think. Moses Arroyo is next to go. Then the dodge from Solomon Ochoa, the other catcher. This is three catchers protecting this cage. And the dodge there from Gontran. Athletic might have the chance to score after all.
Well, that was a massive gap left by the Red Squigs, leaving one catcher with his lower strength protecting the sideline. But maybe it's all part of a plan and it's a trap. Ooh, lots of pressure.
Oh, double skull.
Oh, it's a double skull.
That was from Duffett. He gets the armor break on the reroll. Pressure on the ball now from the Red Squigs, but the Red Squigs are out of rerolls, so they're throwing everyone back to try and stop this potential score from Altdorf Athletic.
Well, Athletic has right now 4 players being based, 3 players facing the World Dancer and 3 players out.
They've got, oh, it's a skull from the Merc straight away.
Oh, it's bad.
And that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a big old problem. 3 catches here. So we can make this a 3-dice surf attempt, can we? No, not quite.
We don't need.
Beatty Spriley gets the surf. And it's a stun on Solomon Ochoa. There's the sack from Roy McMalloy on Homer Nolan.
Another surf even coming in the way of Altdorf Athletic, who have been served already 4 players. That's the blitz.
We could get another after that. Look at this with the frenzy play from Jordy Julius on debut. There's your fifth surf.
It's not over. It's not over. There is still a chance for a 3-die, and there it goes. That's 3 surfs in one single time.
Absolutely remarkable. And there, finally, the crowd has had enough.
Yeah, the crowd said, okay, that's a lot of people.
And Jose Maria Botello is out of this game. That's one of the catchers. Well, I mean, the Red Squigs have removed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, indeed. And you have to think this drive is done as Darby Duffett, the number 10, goes and picks up the ball.
Oh, that was 2 rushes, actually, with no rerolls.
So Duffett possibly considering scoring himself and might need the movement to do that. Not many players left on the field for Athletic. Only 5 left. And there's a dodge away from Cosmo Morello. And an attempted dodge from Gontran. It was ambitious, to say the least, was that 6+ dodge. So remember, no rerolls left for the Red Squigs, who have rushes to make if they want to score on Duffett. Might even just be 1 or 2. What answers are quick?
I think it's going to be like 2.
He's already done 2, so there's 2 to go, I think. Sloan Grassett moving into range. There are technically scoring threats for Altdorf Athletic should something go wrong.
Well, would this be a dab skull? It could have been a problem. Alas, it's not.
Oh, Duffett has slipped and dropped it to Sloan Grassett.
Oh, what a tactical move. Amazing.
It's the deckhand special from the Red Squigs. Grassett hands. And there's a failed dodge from Conor O'Driscoll. Duffett with the vision there.
Oh my god. Well, I think there's
and Geordie Julius takes out Cosmo Morello.
There is a chance here to yeah, it's a chance to make this happen. I mean, are we scoring range?
Grassett needs a single rush to score.
No, he may forget the rush because we can champions this.
Ah, this is good play. This is good play. Gets the knockdown on Jordan Gilmore, and it will save us making the rush. Good work from Elias Fuchsia, and Sloan Grassett will give the Red Squigs the lead.
Nicely done.
Absolutely dominant first half from the Elite Division team. It's not really been violent, just it's been surfs, 6 surfs, of which produced 1 casualty, and then we got another casualty from Geordie Julius as well. But a hell of a half for Whitepeak.
Right, the Altdorf Athletic is going to start the second half, their defensive drive, with 2 players less. Doesn't matter because they had 2 players in the bench, and it's the Squigs who are going to attack with 10. Do you reckon they are going to try and score early, so they can make this a one-sided shootout?
Yeah, sort of remarkable really that Athletic have more players for the start of the second half with the way the first half went.
This may change very quickly. Don't trust the numbers.
Dreamify is raiding us. Hello. You have a Haringzord with a slightly croaky voice this evening. I'm on my last legs before it inevitably fails me.
We have a fling on the line. And
Apo.
Oh, that was a power Apo, all right. And the fling is fine, surprising. There may be a foul.
Bob Rouse with the hit on Jordan Gilmore. And Gilmore is stunned. dirty play, a good blitzing skill.
Yeah, indeed. So we just said there was not much blood. I'm not sure about that. It's a handoff. Bradford Dart is probably preparing himself for the score.
Yeah, I mean, the sidelines have been offered up, so the Red Squigs can score as quickly as they like it. And you'd think that Altdorf will have a tough time coming back from 2 touchdowns behind.
Athletic continues placing players against the sideline. I think this has been working very nicely for them.
Oh, we're going for the ball. It's a sack from Stoyanovsky.
Stoyanovsky, the one and only, looking for a friendly magnet hands.
Oh,
That's
not
the
so
friendly
much.
hands he was looking for, but the humans can start doing stuff.
Altdorf Athletic with the big play at the start of this second half.
That was nice.
Are we going to dive the gap? We are. And to get the
look
ball,
at
it's
this.
Solomon Ochoa. He's dropped it.
All right. That was a nice move. 4 plus 3 plus.
Will we be punished with more crowd surfs?
We are going to see that right now. Oh, Juggernaut, good skill for surfing. Look at this.
Solomon Ochoa surfed again for the second time in the game.
Athletic is now 1 player down. When they started it, 1 up. Hey, wait a second. They're 2 players down.
Another catcher into the crowd, Moses Arroyo this time. Oh, and it's a head injury.
Oh, that's gonna be painful. Totally his fault. That's an armor bust.
Well, sometimes you're unfortunate if you get injured on a surf. But sometimes when you've given up 8 surfs in the game, you've maybe had it coming.
Alright, so for some reason, the Red Squigs decided to allow the blitzer to hit the ball without rolling anything next turn.
It's probably surf bait.
Maybe by this point.
Oh, here we go. It's a play from Enis Alpaslan. Not finding the knockdown.
It's still surf bait, I would say.
Oh, what a foul!
Oh, coming out of nowhere, it's a badly hard, but okay, it's a first removal for the Athletic.
Bradford Dart is taken out. Will we see a 9th surf, I wonder? Yes, we will.
It is. Well, that's a record in the ZFL, right?
Has to be. Alpaslan is gone. I think 9 is now a new record for surfs in a game, and certainly it's by some distance a record for most surfs by one team.
Well, admittedly, this is a 3rd division team. Probably doing funky stuff.
Hand off.
Reroll.
Yeah, Jordy Julius has the ball now. Oh, and a neck injury to Jules Pagani.
Altdorf Athletic is being decimated. I don't know if they are going to be able to fight for the promotion this season.
There has been a real gulf in quality between the 2 teams, although Stoyanovsky might have something to say about that.
Blood starts to flow, but this is not changing much because the Red Squigs are going to score next turn.
It's going to need something magical. Jordan Gilmore. Oh, he's snaked and he's injured himself. Oh, Gilmore, no.
Wait, Stop this for a moment. Did he use the reroll instead of the pro skill?
He did. He used a team reroll instead of pro.
And then he was punished by rolling yet another one. Oh my god, Altdorf Athletic is being terrible this game.
I mean, to have taken this many casualties against Wood Elves
Oh, wait, the Woodals don't want to score. That's very surprising. This could be a shootout for them.
Yeah, they could have run this up to 3-0, you would have thought.
Yeah. Easy peasy. Altdorf Athletic has no team anymore.
The Red Squigs taking the professional approach of not wanting to style on their opponents. They're showing respect to Altdorf. Thoroughly unearned respect. And a doubles goal for their troubles.
That is what you get when you show respect.
Oh, another one! Oh my god!
Oh my god. Decimation.
Maybe they're not scoring so they can just style on the humans with casualties here. It's something of a massacre, you have to say.
Well, there we go. Red dice on the ball. Or not.
No, O'Driscoll didn't make it in the end. Well, are we going to see a foul from the dirty player now? Bob Rouse, we are. No mercy from the Red Squigs, and another one bites the dust.
The ref did not like that for some reason. But I'm sure the crowd is loving this.
One of these games where sometimes the lower division team can earn our affections, and I think Athletic have done anything but that today.
No, they've not played right.
It's been
cool things.
Been a poor performance from Altdorf today, and they're offering up even more serfs. Whoa, big plays from Gontran. But he's failed. We are going to take an attempt at a 10th serf. With no reroll, by the way. Stoyanovsky's into the crowd again.
Oh my god, this game is being a massacre. Athletic has forgotten how to play Blood Bowl.
We may get the pitch clear of serfs.
Oh my god. Just imagine.
Foul comes in.
To be not such a good skill for fouling. Okay.
Gontran is not very good. I mean, of course the mercenary is going to be the last player standing. Darby Dufford gets another serf on Chico Bernardino. I think most players have now been serfed twice on this team. They're now being beaten up on top of their own teammates. And
how many serfs there were?
The Red Squigs looking for the pitch clear. I make that 11 serfs. As we see the foul and the KO, the Red Squigs get the pitch clear.
It's the pitch clear from the Woodies. Unbelievable scenes. And they choose not to score.
And Jordi Julius will score. To say the Red Squigs comfortably through to the next round would be something of an understatement. Scores in a rush for absolutely no reason. Stat padding like the best of them.
No rerolls. It doesn't matter. Let's check a 2+.
Well, will Athletic be able to make the one turn? Well, they might have a few players.
7 casualties. 2 KOs. Who's coming back? Nobody's coming back. Nobody from Altdorf Athletic decides to come back.
They have 4 players. Congratulations to Enis Alpaslan, Solomon Ochoa, Stamen Stoyanovsky, and Chico Bernardino, who would like to be served a 3rd time given the chance.
Yeah, they like the crowd.
Gonna see a blitz and a double push on Alpaslan. And pushes again. That's going to give us a 1 dice at best with the catcher. Red dice is the choice. Both down taken. And that will end it. The Whitepeak Red Squigs sail through to the round of 16.
All right. All right. It's an interesting opening, to say the least. Definitely. I will be honest here. It was not the most amazing performance from Altdorf Athletic ever.
I think that's a reasonable assessment. They have a reputation as serial chokers, and they fluffed their lines on the big stage with the chance to take down elite division opposition. Though we did have a good time watching it.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
So a big thank you to Kaz for helping out as a guest coach there. Wasn't given much to work with, admittedly. 3 catches and 1 blitzer on a human team is not much to write home about. But yeah, we will see the Red Squigs in the next round as Tony Tooth's excellent record in the Howitzer Cup continues.
Yeah, Tooth being a veteran of the competition, as we said, challenger for the title in the last season. He knows what he's doing, and he has probably a good team to try to go for it, right? Because that was a very good performance from the Squigs.
Some coaches are just cup coaches. They can just do it in knockout competitions, and Tony Tooth going well on that front in his ZFL career.